joined today by Oliver Kiddie, Managing Director of Legend Mining. Oliver, thanks for your time.
Thanks for having us, David.
A genuine, focused nickel explorer. At a time when nickel's not the coolest commodity in town, but how important is it to have that focus and stick true to the exploration?
Oh, really important, David. I think, as you touched on, we're in this sort of perfect storm at the moment with the inflation environment, nickel price suppressed, retail investors, not having the money to invest in resource companies, specifically junior explorers. But you look at the fundamentals, we're looking at this green, clean EV future. You're going to require nickel for this EV future, and that's really where Legend comes into the equation. We're a dedicated nickel explorer in the Fraser Range. We've obviously made discoveries as in Mawson and delineated a resource which we published February this year. So we've proven that we can find these haystacks and then find the needles within them. So we're treading the course, as we always do, looking to find that next Nova and hopefully bigger.
As you say, you're in the Fraser Range, an exciting place to work. A lot of juniors have come and gone, and you've stuck true based on the fact that A, you've got the quality projects and you know what you're looking for.
Yeah, exactly. All the signs are there. You look at the Fraser Range in terms of a belt comparable to, as I've talked to many times, to the Thomson Belt. The Thomson Belt has produced over 2.7 million tonnes of contained nickel metal in decades and decades of exploration and production. The Fraser Range, largely unexplored up until the discovery of Nova some 11 years ago. We fast forward now, we're one of two major players out there, being IGO and Legend itself. We've got all the fertility indicators. We're finding these intrusions, we're finding the mineralisation within these intrusions. It's just a matter of time applying that scientific rigour, that capital rigour, to make sure that we hone in on the ultimate prize.
And importantly, you're backed by probably one of Australia's best geologists who has had ultimate success in the Fraser Range.
Yeah, Mark Creasy, obviously phenomenal backer. So obviously he's joint venture partner on some of our ground as well as largest shareholder. And Mark is very, very supportive of anybody that rolls their sleeves up and does good scientific driven exploration, and that is Legend in a nutshell.
Where to from here? What's the plan? What's the focus?
The focus at the moment is octagonal. So octagonal, as I talk to these haystacks, is another one of these intrusions, these haystacks, if you like, that we've discovered. It sits on the main trend, the main structural corridor that hosts Nova and Silverknight, two of the other obviously known deposits in the Fraser Range. Sits on the same stratigraphic horizon as we've worked out from the recent drilling. We've completed 4 holes into the octagonal intrusion. That was off the back of completing a 24 square kilometre 3D seismic survey. So we don't just drill blindly. We've conducted 3D seismic with a view to get some architecture around what does this intrusion look like at 1,000 metres and potentially more. So we're not drilling blindly. The first 4 holes of that have been incredibly encouraging. We look at hole 4 specifically, we saw an increase in sulphide as we went deeper, we saw an increase in sulphide tenor, all the indicators that we want to see for a fertile nickel system, and that gives us a lot of encouragement to then step back, collate that data from the geochemical data received from the drilling, focus on our next drill targets. So as part of that, we saw minimal graphite in the recent drilling, so that's allowed us to go forward with some real confidence with the EM. So we're currently undertaking a very large EM program at octagonal, covering the full 4x2Ks of the intrusion on surface expression with large 1K by 2K fixed loops. And we're about 40% of that way through the survey at the moment, and that's a very much watch this space.
Well funded with over $12 million in the bank, significant shareholder backing the company, quality assets, quality jurisdiction, clearly wanting to be the legend in the Fraser Range. Ollie, thanks for your time.
Thanks very much, David.